review on the book Vicious by Schwab. This is the first book that I've ever read by Schwab, and I also have A Darker Shade of Magic, the first one at home, so don't worry, I'm going to read that as well. So yeah, basically I colored my hair blue. Yeah, it's not the first time, but I think I'm pretty happy with it. So I don't know why I said that, that's totally out of the blue. I'm currently in China, and I'm sitting on our balcony on the house we have here, and there's a lot of background noise, and that's just the way it is in China. This is constant like buzzing the whole time. This is about two college roommates called Victor and Eli. Basically, they're going to write their college thesis, and Eli decides to write his thesis on EOs, which are extraordinary people. And extraordinary people are basically people who have certain abilities, let's say, but it's not really certain that they actually exist. It's kind of just like a myth, but he figures out that they do exist, and so Victor kind of pushes him even further to help him figure out like how he couldn't create one. And so they start kind of experimenting and coming up with ways that they can create an extraordinary person. So basically this book is written 10 years ago, which is like at a university, and then it's also written like yesterday or 2 days ago or 1 week ago and stuff. So it's kind of talking about the past, so you know that what is happening in the moment or at midnight, as we figure out later, is kind of like the point where everything that like the author is talking about is leading up to. And I thought that was really, really well done. I love the writing in this book. It is an adult book, but I wouldn't really classify it as an adult book. Like it's an easy language and I understood everything, but it is kind of like formal. Like it's not very artistic. It's more like descriptive, I think, but it does have some really, really important messages. Victor and Eli basically start out being roommates and friends, and then something happens 10 years ago that splits them up. So in kind of like in today's date or whatever, they're kind of arch enemies in a way. Because they want completely different things out of extraordinary people, or the fate of them, kind of. And is there construction everywhere? Like, come on, oh my god. So I really, really enjoyed some of these themes in this book. Here it says, a twisted tale of ambition, desire, and superpowers, and that's basically what it is. There's a lot of like, what is good and what is bad, because Eli and Victor have both done really horrible things in the past, but they both did them because they thought that was right, or they thought it was the right thing to do. And he talks a lot about who can decide fate of other people, and if you have the right to, and like that kind of thing, you know, and I thought it was just really, really interesting, and I do really, really recommend this book. I don't think I'm going to give it like a 5 stars, but it's definitely like a 4.5, I think. I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to read you guys some quotes because I think it has some really good points in this book. So here it says, well, when you wonder something, said Eli, doesn't that mean part of us wants to believe in it? I think we want to prove things in life more than we want to disprove them. We want to believe. And I think that's really true. Here's another one that says, did you know that when you take away a person's fear of pain, you take away their fear of death? And I don't think this really is true, but I don't know, it's an interesting way of like looking at it, I think. Here's another one that says, a body is a machine. And I think that's a lot of the way that both Victor and Eli kind of look at the world, because they're willing to experiment with their own bodies and their own fates to kind of see science and go forward and to be crowned the person who discovered whatever they wanna, like EOs and how to create them and stuff. And they're willing to experiment on their own body. They're very like grateful people of what is and what you can see and touch and what you have. They just kind of want to reach for more, and yeah, like I loved both the characters in a way because they're so complex, and I really like that. So here it also says, wouldn't it be lovely to make a gap in another person instead of part of himself? If you have a hole in yourself that you feel like needs to be fulfilled, it's so much easier to fill it with someone else than actually fill it with stuff that is worthwhile or consistent. And I thought that was really, really good. I highly recommend this book. I have to reveal one thing because I don't really have anything special planned out for this summer read, so I thought I'd kind of tell you guys what my extraordinary power would be if I had one. Also, I just want to say this is kind of a spoiler, but it's also quite early in the book, so if you don't want to know about this, then just, yeah, stop the video now. I just kind of want to tell you guys that the way you create an extraordinary person is basically they die, and when they come back to life, they basically get the power that represents the last thought they had before they died. So I think that if I ever died, I'd probably think something like, help me. Like, I'd probably ask for help, or like I just beg kind of for someone to come and like save me before I die. And in that case, I think that my like supernatural power would be to be able to know when anyone I love needs help. Like, I just feel like an instinct that I could like help someone when I feel like they need help, and so that like whatever happened to me won't happen to someone else. And I think that would be a really, really cool superpower. Yeah, so comment below what you think your superpower would be based upon your last dying thought before you died, if you were gonna come back to life and have a superpower. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a lovely day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review, that you have a really lovely summer vacation. Tell me what kind of books you guys are reading this summer, because I'd love to know. So I hope you guys all have a really, really, really great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye!